Hey, it's Chris here, Trap Business TV. Another video for y'all. Today's message is centered around transmutation, maintaining internal peace, why it's important, how to pay for it, and why we have to pay for it, why internal peace is never free, um, putting down the substances, and evacuating our spirit of spite, jealousy, envy, and greed. I have my itinerary right here, so if I'm looking off to the side frequently, that's why I'm doing that. First on today's agenda, transmutation. Transmutation is where we take, or in an existential sense, in an experiential sense, when we transmute energy or events or experiences or interpretations of those experiences, what we're doing is we're taking an energy and we're usually reflecting or re-inputting the opposite version of that energy and opposite form of that energy into our spirit, into our mind, and then reflecting that upon the world. So, for example, when a person reflects negative energy upon you, or a thing reflects negative energy upon you, or you just don't feel right, the only thing you can do is either fall into it and pacify yourself temporarily, which is you know more harmful, or you can truly transmute that energy, which takes interpreting that energy and that experience, dissecting it, and intentionally reforming it so you can have better control over it and project something starkly different. So, what prompted me to speak on transmutation today was, I was walking today. I was walking to the store. I had to go pick up an item, and someone called me. I picked up, and as soon as they asked their question, I knew that they were being antagonistic, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I was feeling very great. I was listening to my music. I was going to complete an objective. I was just living my life, enjoying the sun over here in the city. But in that moment, my spirit and myself told me that this conversation isn't going to go anywhere. This person does not have pure intentions. This person is not asking out of actual curiosity or worry. So I just had to end the call. You know, I told them I would call them back, and that was that. Afterwards, I was thinking about it. And obviously, I'm thinking about it right now. But even right now, I'm transmuting it. It's right here. It's right here. That was the first thing I wrote today. That prompt, that event, that conflict within myself and recognition thereof prompted me to write it down right there. I was like, man, I need to talk about this because in the moment, I did feel anger, and like disbelief and worry, but I also had to tell myself, and I did tell myself, God told me that, this is a lesson. A person's actions is happening for a reason. So for whatever that reason that person was non-genuine, that's them. I know most of the time I'm coming from a genuine heart, and I know that when I picked up that call, I had an open ear and a open heart to any concerns, any information that was shared by this person. Um, so transmutation is very critical. It's very vital to you maintaining your internal peace because negativity and discomfort and conflict are inevitable in this human experience. People are out there who want to hurt you. People close to you do not wish the best for you. People close to you lie to you. People deceive you. People want to see you worse than them. People are not all good. Most people and most people are in the shadows. They don't know themselves. So all they can do is reflect and project that negativity and that non knowingness. So for you to remain on your purpose and remain prosperous in your endeavors and your growth as a human, you have to master, you have to at least be proficient in transmutation, not only in the execution of that transmutation, but also recognizing when it's appropriate to transmute the energy, what energies to transmute, how to transmute it, where to put that energy, how to think about the energy. It takes a lot of inner attention and a lot of patience with yourself and a lot of awareness for you to appropriately and productively transmute what comes your way. And transmutation is not limited to just the negative energies in this life. When you receive a positive energy, that's still you still transmute that to amplify the effects the amplify the benefits of that positive energy. For example, if a person is giving you true love and genuine support, you don't want to limit yourself by just looking at that or feeling that and letting it be. You want to take that positive information, those positive feelings, that positive energy, and then build upon. So you want to add to the relationship. You want to shoot knowledge back. You want to go and think about that knowledge on your own or in your own time and figure out how to make more and more beneficial and novel positivity experiences in your life. And why transmutation is vital is because it helps you maintain your internal peace. Like I mentioned earlier, it's inevitable for you to run into negative experiences, to have negative feelings within yourself. To be honest, I would say the negatives are more predominant than the positives in this life, you know? There are more people out there, like I said, who don't know most of themselves, who are more ready to project that negativity before they think about projecting the positivity because there's just the way they're wired. They haven't put in that work to think about themselves and think about the implications of their actions, of the energies that they put onto this universe, into this existence. So for you to maintain internal peace, it's crucial that you're transmuting and you're always aware that you'll always have to be transmuting and internally controlling and interpreting these energies and these experiences in this life, right? And then next from this, with the internal, maintaining internal peace, is don't get it twisted. You have to pay for your peace. A few weeks ago, I was much less peaceful because I wasn't putting work into myself. I was eating worse food. I was falling into energy traps with people I was dealing with. I was more on substances. I was smoking weed. I wasn't walking outside. I was consuming worse content. I was consuming negative energy, negative music, music with a lot of profanity, a lot of beliefs that, really I don't agree with, that were actually contradicting what I most authentically wanted to portray within myself. So you have to pay for peace. If you want to have a clear mind, it takes work, it takes intention. It doesn't just merely take you not thinking about the negative, it takes you really first and predominantly facing that negative. Because when you face that negative or those negatives, your mind and your spirit and your body and your being begins to understand those negatives, how it affects you, the whys behind what makes you you. We're all a self, we're all a being, and we have experiences, we have beliefs, we have thoughts, we have people in our lives, desires that concoct what we see and feel as us. You know, if you ask a person what they are or who they are, they'll tell you about their family or what they like to eat, what they like to do, what their life mission is, their career. These all come together to concoct the self. So if you want internal peace, that means the practices and the experiences and the emotions and the actions that you're holding on to and practicing right now and indulging in right now don't truly align with your most authentic self. So it takes you extracting those things, transmuting those experiences, the interpretations of those experiences, or paying for it to change, to acquire that peace, to step into your true peace. And that's why I'm telling y'all today that you have to pay for your peace. You can't take peace for granted. But when you are within it, due to your work and due to God, you have to appreciate it. And it is something to not be marveled at, but something to just be appreciated, man. Don't take it for granted because you paid for it and God and the universe put that work in to allow you to step into that energy, allow you to be within that realm of existence. You feel me? Branching off from that, but still connecting to the previous ideas, is temperament. Um, Temperament is what I'm preaching today. Holistically, on a broad level, these are all components of being a tempered individual. What is temperament? Temperament is your ability to control yourself. It's your ability to have control over your own faculties, cognitive, physical, spiritual, emotional. A person with a a strong and a resilient and a responsive temperament is a person who not only just feels their emotions and is guided by their emotions, but it's a person who is in touch with their emotions and can more easily and more proficiently master their emotions. If you're not tempered, anything can get to you. Most negative aspects of this existence will break you down. They'll demoralize you. They'll discourage you. They'll dissuade you from becoming and acting as what you're truly meant to be, who you're truly meant to be. A highly tempered individual is a person who is responsible, a person who can understand what happens around them, what happens to them, and what is happening in them. And then in return, how they happen to the world and how they affect everything else in its existence. Because we're all existentially connected. Whatever I do to myself changes the way I look at life and how I will act when I step into the outer world and interact with an external soul, with another physical object, and etc. So temperament, practicing temperament and understanding the importance of temperament is very crucial to you maintaining an internally peaceful state and moreover an internally productive state. You have to know, you have to always uh, uh, be in control. You have to know to be in control and always be in control, or at least always know that you should be prioritizing that self control and that internal control because that is all you have. You are your strongest weapon, you are your only weapon. For you to manipulate another aspect of this world or affect the person's mindset, it still initially starts within your own head. It starts with your own faculties. It starts with you. You cannot change another person's actions by directly going to them. It has to come out of you and then reach them. It has to come out of you and then reach it. The car goes where you tell it to go by your input of the steering wheel. It's the same thing with life. If you have a business, your employees are doing things based on the philosophy you have laid out. You've constructed a business philosophy, you have constructed a business culture or a culture at home or a culture in your own friend group, your family. But that all started with you. Wherever the change come from, it started with that. You cannot skip that and you cannot ignore that characteristic of of cause and effect in this universe. So that's why I wanted to preach temperament right there. After temperament, I got it right here, man. I probably saw it earlier when I put the phone up. Man, put the drugs down, bro. Y'all see that? Put the drugs down. Man, and drugs, anything that's psychoactive. Now, yes, food, fast food, bad people, everything can be something you're addicted to. But today, or in this instance right now, on this point, I'm talking about psychoactive substances, man. From cigarettes and weed and alcohol to PCP, if you do crack, if you snort cocaine, if you do pills, if you on Xanax, man. I don't care what you on, man. Everybody who do drugs, except a small few, like people who had their life figured out and they drink at family gatherings or a business celebration, or maybe they light up a cigarette once a year. Or, they smoke responsibly, but their kids fed, they're physically healthy, and they know how to prioritize themselves, man. With that, it's other than that, small exception. Everybody who's doing these substances are habitual users. What that means is people who cannot stop. I still have urges, bro. I still have urges to smoke weed. I still have to intentionally tell myself, okay, no, you got to go do this mission today. You can go walk. You have to practice mindfulness. You have to pray. I've been doing other things in place of this habit to get away from this habit. Well, if you smoking cigarettes, you can't just drop that box. You know dang well that whenever you don't smoke, you get anxious. Your appetite is messed up. Your mood is more unstable. It's more shaky. Maybe you're to the point with your substance abuse that you're physically addicted. Maybe you get maybe you get tremors. Maybe you shake because you're an alcoholic. Maybe you really can't quit the pills abruptly because you're on Xanax or opioids or whatever. Um, but you know dang well that them substances don't help you, bro. Because you're doing the substances and you're abusing the substances, not just doing them for other reasons. There is enjoyment in waking up alone and being able to practice your senses, practice your bodily operations, going to the restroom, showering your body, drinking water, eating food, talking to your family, making friends, creating art, indulging in art, listening to music, watching a movie, going outside to exercise. These are all things that do not require drugs. Nothing in this world requires drugs. If you look at weed, and I got this from Malik over at For Purpose Driven Men a few days ago. I was watching his quit weed and alcohol is slowing you down video. And then he hammered the point in that weed is for recovery, man. And that it sparked like a profound astonishment in my head because I had forgot about that, bro. I've been smoking weed for so long. I've been smoking weed since the summer after my ninth grade, somewhere in the summer of 2021. It's the summer of 2024 now. I've been smoking marijuana for 3 years, exactly or more than 3 years. Uh, and in all of this time, I mean, bro, I was smoking just to smoke, just to be high, because I'm running away from my own demons and my own problems within myself instead of facing them. And this is how I know that the weed the weed is a dangerous drug, and not meaning it could kill you, but it is just as harmful to damaging your mind and slowing your progress as a human as other substances. Because, bro, here I sit sober and I'm perfectly flowing on this video. I've been much more mindful. I've been saving money. I've been thinking of ways to spend my money in more responsible ways. Like I would go and spend 30, 40 bucks on some weed and then not have money to go get me some food before I come home or pick up some water or go get some shoes for myself or buy a game or buy a phone, or really just save it or invest it. Invest in this business idea. Buy this item so I can make some more money so I could triple my money. But instead, that obsession that I have led me to buy a substance that would put me in this trance, that would put me in this arbitrary and temporary state that would allow me to think that my problems were gone. But right when that high ended, there are my problems. My insecurities come back. The fact that I have bad people around me, people who are not for me, it comes back. It never it doesn't leave. But once I started cutting those people off, once I started changing myself, changing my habits, eating my food the right way, taking my supplements, watching the content that I know I needed to watch, I'm having permanent and more fulfilling changes in my life. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. This past week, I've been smiling so hard just from listening to music. I've been watching content from AB Academy to uh, Malik at Purpose Driven Men to my financial literacy videos to some Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. I've been listening to good R&B. I've been consuming content that's made me like truly fulfilled in the moment. Like I couldn't help it. I'll be walking down the street, bro, and just smiling. A few weeks ago, man, I was stone faced. Like even if something that I knew was good happened around me or someone did come to me with that positivity, I couldn't even reciprocate that energy because I just didn't feel it. I was either numb or so caught up in my own head and my own suffering that I didn't know how to reflect happiness. I didn't know how to live more in the moment. I'm not perfect at it right now, but I'm stepping into into joy, into fulfillment. And that's something that you can't cheat your way to. It's one thing to feel good, it's one thing to be filled with joy and truly fulfilled. These are two completely different things, man. Because you can feel good by just satisfying your vessel. And what did I say in my previous videos, man? What do you already know? The flesh is deceitful. The flesh will tell you something is good or tell you need to feel this desire, but not be truly aligned with your spirit or higher parts of yourself, of your own being. You feel me? So if you have sex with the wrong person, if you masturbate, if you eat junk food, if you're over consuming substances, if you're not putting in the work, the spiritual, physical, and emotional and financial work and responsibility and sacrifice, you're not going to get fulfillment because you can't cheat the universe. The universe gave birth to you. So why would it allow you to cheat it? Why would it allow you to do some fluky ish, to consume the wrong things, to put the wrong things into your vessel and being and still give you the right results or the better results? It's going to give you those better results and those fulfilling results when you put in that work, man. I've been eating my food. I've been watching what I've eaten. Not smoking. I don't get the munchies, bro. I've been eating like 2 times a day, but I ain't eating no junk food. I ain't eating no candy bars, no chips. Bro, I ain't been drinking juice. I just touched the little cup of apple juice that I had, and I poured that days ago. But I don't trip over it no more. Before I trip, man, I'll wake up hungry. I'll wake up groggy. I'll wake up needing to smoke before I brush my teeth. No joke, y'all. Smoking weed before I brush my teeth. This past week, bro, I wake up, brush the heck out of my mouth, have a clean mouth. I'm showering, making sure them dishes is washed before I leave the house and go do my walk and go spend my time by myself. Making sure I'm fed, making sure my auntie is good in the house. And I'm not perfect at it, but compared to before I was aware, it miles ahead, bro. Miles. But the only thing that's allowed me to do this and step into this piece is because I had to sacrifice. I can't eat the candy bar. As soon as I put the Reese's in my mouth or I put the Hershey in my mouth or I go and buy a bag of chips or I go cop a soda from the store, it's over. The streak is over. That's 300, 400 calories in my vessel now, pure sugar and unhealthy fat and just processed stuff, man. That 400 calories, that's two jumbo cans of tuna. That's that's like almost 80, 90 grams of protein that I could have instead had. But I wanted to have the calories and Reese's and sugar. I could have downed my apple juice. But that's what, 100, 200 calories of pure sugar. So I just took a few sips today. It's still up in the fridge, you know. But when I drink that water, like I've been doing, I've been clocking my gallon, you know. When I drink that water, I'm hydrated. My face clears up so much easier now. I have a confidence in myself because I know I'm putting in the work. I know I'm worth more than what I've felt in the past I was worth because I wasn't giving myself that wealth back. I wasn't pouring that love back into myself. I wasn't giving myself attention. For you to step into greatness, for you to step into your authentic progression, you can't be tied down by a substance. Why would someone as intelligent and as elaborate and spectacular as yourself be tied down by some bitter liquor? Because it make you feel warm, it stop your shakes, it make you think that uh uh your your devilish ways are okay to deal with instead of being expelled. You tied down by this little stick of green bud that you light on fire for a few minutes and then feel good after you smoke it. But it's like What do you do after? You hit that pin. What are you doing after? How did that add to you? You want to go listen to, oh, I listen to music. Oh, stuff tastes good. Oh, I'm with friends. If you got to smoke weed or doing these substances or anything to be with the people you're with, you don't need to be with them, bro. And you know that. That's why you doing the drug. That's why every time you go around them homies, you sipping the bottle. Hey, is a weed over there? Hey, you trying to smoke up? When was the last time you hit your friend up, bro, and just said, bro, let's go hang out. Drive to me. Or get ready. I'm driving over to you. Let's hit the beach, bro. Let's just ride around and talk. When was the last time you just talked to your family, bro? When was the last time you said, man, I ain't got nothing to do today. I'm not finna stay in this house. I'm not finna just smoke up. Let me go walk somewhere. Let me go walk an hour or two away. Let me go hop on the bus an hour or two away and see what's all the way up here, you know? What's 30 minutes driving away? I ain't got a car right now, but I could hit this train over here. I could see this new community. I could see this new landscape, this new part of the earth that I never check into. That if I died today, I would never have the opportunity to see again. That's the type of, those are the things in the mindfulness you need to practice to step out of those addictions. If you're addicted to fast food, bro, what you just keep doing it. You keep buying that Big Mac. You keep drinking them 2 liters. You keep stuffing Snickers in your mouth. Oh, I'm so hurt, bro. Oh, I'm so fat. You making yourself fatter by consuming the 300, 400 calorie chicken sandwich with mayo and greasy, crispy chicken and ish. You just eating fries. You ain't even baking your potatoes at home. You ain't making no broccoli with it. You just want to pay McDonald's and get your large fry and drive off in your car. You don't stop to think about how you could be better if you just stop. You don't give yourself the room to think of an alternative. You don't you don't give any respect to the other possibilities. You just consume, consume, consume. You suffer and suffer and suffer. And I'm gonna tell y'all another rule of this universe. This universe, one of the critical parts of this universe and how it acts itself out is momentum. It's harder to become a broke person when you're a wealthy person. And it's so much harder when you're practicing those poor habits and you're poor. You're gonna keep going this way, bro. If you're already wealthy, you're gonna just keep going this way. Why do you think they say the poor get poorer and the rich get richer? If I got $1 million, I can go and put 200,000 into this and get a return this year. And at the end of this year, my money is worth 250, 300, 400. And my profit just putting some money somewhere because I had it, I done made 3, 4 people's salaries. If you're making 30, 40K, what can you buy? All your money is going to your bills, bro. That's why you got to get 2, 3 jobs. That's why you got to have an aggressive saving and investing plan if you're making that less of money. That's why you got to be more attentive. That's why after you invest and you do what you got to for all them years, that's when it gets easier. That's when, ooh, I got 5 million in my bank account. I got this, I got that. That's why it's so much easier to act because you built up. You built up that responsibility. You've built up that production and that progression. The universe is not going to make it harder for you if you've been doing the right thing. You feel me? It's momentum. That's what the universe is built off of. So this is another reason why you should step into whatever growth you want to, whatever you want to change in your life about your experience and about yourself. Because yes, it's uncomfortable. You don't know what's going to happen. But as you're stepping more and more into your truer self and becoming a better person for yourself, it really gets easier, bro. It gets easier to wake up and understand that, hey man, that old self, those old habits I had, I just can't do it no more. But hey, look, I got this to do. I have this person to tap into now. I have this business. I have these other more beneficial and fulfilling ideas and practices to indulge in. And if you just give yourself that time and that patience and you understand yourself and you work towards this consistently, bro, it gets easier to be a better, holier person. It gets better to treat yourself better and do what's right. Because there is a such thing as you feeling uncomfortable when you're doing the wrong thing. Work out for some months, work out for some years, and then finally try to put a Reese's in your mouth. Try to go a day or a week without hitting the gym. Your mind is not going to know what to do. Just like before, when you were eating that messed up food, when you were around those messed up individuals, but it was so hard to get out of it. When you were on those substances, it was so easy to stay there. Dang, bro, another day, I'm pissed off, I'm bored, I'm lost. Hey, I got this weed. Hey, this weed is gonna make me feel better for the next 30 minutes, the next hour. You know, I can sip right now. I can take a shot. I'll feel good for a few minutes. Oh, let me call up these people that don't really care about me. Let me talk to these people who have nothing going for themselves. Let's just be yes men in the call. Let's not talk about anything productive. But on the other side, when you wake up and you've been doing what you have to do, you'll think your mission's already laid out. Oh, you already wrote your schedule. These people that you have now have in your life are naturally positive and they're so easy to communicate with. They're hitting you up positively. They're checking on you, not just you checking on them. There's transparency, there's vulnerability, and there's the ability for things to happen. But it takes you quitting your vices, bro. Being aware of your vices and telling your vices really to just fuck off, man. Every time you drink, you drink, and then what do? You sit there and you feel a little bit better, so you're not really thinking about your past or the bullshit in your life. But then you wake up the next day and you got to repeat it again. I mean, imagine you got an oil change today, and then but instead of the oil change being good for the next few tens of thousands of miles, you have to come in the next day or the next week. You have to come in the day after that and the week after that. You would immediately after the first time, you'd be like, man, I just got an oil change, bro. I thought this was gonna last me like a year or two or a few months. Why am I coming in again? Why am I paying again? I got to go to work right now. I thought my oil change was gonna have me right, so I could hit this road trip with my kids. So you got to look at yourself like that, and how your inner workings are playing themselves out. How are you playing out internally? Because if you got to keep doing something, you got to keep going to the same place, but nothing seems to change. That's not the place for you to be. That's not the thing for you to be doing. Those are not the people for you. They just aren't, and it just isn't. Lastly, I'm gonna speak on evacuating spite, jealousy, envy, and greed from y'all spirit, man. For you to be truly at peace with yourself, you have to the urge to hurt others and the urge to cause pain to others and discomfort has to be fully absent, bro. And it's not always gonna be like that. It's hard because we're not perfect. But at minimum, you have to always be aware that you shouldn't be spiteful in any capacity. Even when somebody is hurting you or is being spiteful towards you, what can you change about that? What did I say in my previous video? You can't change another person's behavior. So if this person is being spiteful towards you or nasty and negative, what can you do about it, bro? You can get away. You can't go into their body or go into their mind and change what's coming out their mouth or change what their body is doing. You just got to get away. Detach yourself from that environment. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Another way this universe works is assimilation. What I mean by that is the people you hang around, the energies you indulge in, whatever is around you and coming into you is what you're going to become. I don't know Mandarin. I don't know what it's like to live to practice Eastern European customs and cultures. I don't know what it's like to be South American because I've only ever been um, a Californian, bro. I've lived in California my whole life. I've known SoCal, bro. I know America, and I don't even know the whole America because I haven't been to all the states. I've never lived in another state. within your family, right? Your family has their own customs and cultures. You don't know what it's like to be a person, a part of your neighbor's family because you haven't lived with them. You spent your 20, 30, 18, whatever, however many years with your family, with the people and with the music and the things that you have indulged in. So if you let that spite come into your environment and you let that spite go inside yourself and you start practicing that, what did I say earlier? The world is momentous, the universe is momentous. So you're going to start heading in that spiteful direction with that spiteful momentum. So if you're nasty today, it's easier for you to wake up today, tomorrow, and be nasty again. And then that's 2 days of nastiness. The third day is easier. Fourth day even easier, and so on. So that's why when you get hit with that nastiness and that spitefulness and that negativity, you gotta immediately nip it in the bud. Detach yourself and then take care of yourself. Check in with yourself and be fully aware as much as possible on how you can expel this as quick as possible from your spirit, from your being. Jealousy. How to tackle jealousy, bro? You have to prioritize abundance. And this is why abundance is such a magical philosophy and concept and characteristic of the world to believe in and to put your faith into. There is a person for you in a romantic sense. There's an amazing group of friends and colleagues out there that is going to allow you to prosper, become wealthy, repay your family, bolster you up, spread your message in an effective and a holy way. Just like you're there for them already. It's enough food to go around for everyone. It's enough water to go around for everyone. You ever see how many gas stations we have, how many parks we have? In almost every business, you can go in and ask to use their public restroom for free. We have buses. If you go on the internet, you can type in anything and get numerous, most of the time, credible and effective solutions for it. Because people have already asked that. The world is so expansive and so abundant that you don't have to worry about being stricken out, being left hungry. It's when you let that jealousy control you, that's where you think scarcity. You have to kill scarcity and bolster up abundance, bro. Because the abundance is what's going to allow you to understand that there's enough for everyone. There's enough time for everyone. There's enough money for everyone, especially. Money is not a problem, bro. Because most people, we can all put in work. We all contribute to the economy. We all put in hours. We all have ideas. But I will tell you this, most people are so caught up in their head that they don't even contribute those ideas. We never get to prosper off of their ideas. Why we don't get to prosper off their ideas? Because they don't share them. They're silent. It's in their head, but they don't put it out. It's like the PlayStation being on, but you haven't plugged in the HDMI cable yet. The TV is not going to receive the symbol. The TV is the world. The person with the ideas is the PlayStation. And the action of communicating is the HDMI cable. They never plug in. That's not to say that God and the universe isn't spontaneously and consistently creating these ideas, giving us the chance to extract as well. We're not extracting it. We're not allowing the world to extract it from us. If you're jealous of someone, you think what they have is never going to be within your hands, or you only one person can have it. If they have it right now, you can't have it. And then when you get it, that'll be because you took it from them and they can't have it back. But no, that's not how the world is really supposed to work. And that's a less prosperous world because that what? It spawns conflict, it spawns war, it spawns killing, it spawns hate. That's the antithesis of harmony. Because if I'm jealous of you, I can't harmonize with you. I'm trying to take what makes you you and incorporate it into me. I'm not thinking about how that affects you. So you have to think abundant. You are abundant. You have so many ideas within yourself that you haven't even written down. You just let them float into the ether. You can't recall them right now. You'll never be able to recall them. But I bet you, if you start writing them down, you'll have that abundance. There's no way I could have remembered all this today, bro. I just couldn't have. But I have it right here. So I was able to hit all my points in the video. I can look and then go to a previous point and re-enter into that knowledge and keep spitting. I can do that because I told myself, man, I'm abundant. This is worth something. This is valuable. I wrote it down and here we are. 40 minutes of knowledge and of conversation off of these few words that I typed in on my iPhone while I was walking to the store, bro. Bro, and then and with that, bro, it's the envy. It's the same thing. Feeling that negative feeling towards people who are doing good or just doing for themselves. In that moment that you practicing that envy, bro, you doing for yourself, but you just doing the wrong thing for yourself. So how you gonna be envious or angry at this person who is not practicing that negative pattern of behavior, who is not spewing that negative energy at the world and thinking negative, bro? You have to cut envy out. That envy is not doing nothing for you, man. It's not doing anything for you. All it is you wallowing and you hating. How do you grow from that? What are you thinking about critically? What ideas are you expanding upon when you're in that envious and that jealous and that spiteful energy? Nothing. You're taking away from yourself and you're fooling yourself, telling yourself that you're not, that you're doing what you need to. Lastly, is greed, bro. Man, greed. This plays in, or this is heavily based upon scarcity. A greedy individual is a person who is thinking in scarcity. Their mindset is dominated by that of scarcity. Because why? If I'm greedy, I don't want to share what I have and what I can and what most of the time I know I should, because I think what I'm giving up is so much worth more than the benefit that the person I would be given to extracts. You got $500, you can't give 10, can't give 20, can't give 100. That leaves you with 400, bro. Telling me you can't make something shake with 400. You got $10, you can't give one, two away, can't give three away. That leaves you with seven at the least. $7, $9 of your original 10, bro. We get taxed what 20 to 50% depending on what type of work you do and what state you in. Your parents got to pay for the house over your head if you still living with them or whoever you live with. I'm pretty sure you borrowed money from friends before. I'm pretty sure you've let people borrow money or just given money away before. Did it really hurt you that bad after you gave that $5 away? Oh, you couldn't buy an additional fry. You couldn't buy this, but you still had $30 on. It took you 5 minutes to tell this person where this is, but you can't cut that out your 24 hours. So greed is so harmful because it makes us scared. Really, we're scared to take that extra step. We're scared of vulnerability. We think our pockets will be forever hurt. We think us not giving anything to anyone else will keep us on top. When it really just breeds resentment, it breeds conflict, and it stops others from flourishing and allowing them to add to the system. If you're greedy, you don't give anyone or you're not giving people things that they deserve, that they need to prosper, that they need to step into the club and step into the world of prosperity. If you keep it to yourself, man, they gonna hate you. You gonna hate yourself for real. Because you know you're supposed to be giving. People are giving to you. People have given to you before without you asking. People have given immediately to you without question when you ask. So why wouldn't you return that favor? Why wouldn't you acknowledge that understanding and that empathy and practice that and reflect that so the cycle can keep going? You know, Trench's News, he say, if we all got each other back, none of us falls. That's what family is. That's what a community is supposed to be. That's insurance. That's security. If it's a person behind everyone, we all fall. We just fall into each other. But we don't fall on that ground. We don't fall out of order. You have to kill greed, bro. It's not good. It never will be good. And you know, you truly know, even if you try to lie to yourself or ignore it, that the only thing it does for sure and consistently and guaranteed is diminish your soul and take away from others around you. It stops them from prospering. It limits their potential. And it brings with it guilt. It brings with it self-loathing. And it brings with it loneliness, the antithesis of harmony. But anyways, man, that's the video for today, y'all. Um, like I've been saying recently, I wish y'all the best in y'all endeavors. I understand what you're going through, man. I just want you to understand yourself and keep understanding. Every day you wake up, every night you go to sleep, make sure you're praying. Make sure you're really just falling in line with what you need to do. Not what you want to do, what you need to do to grow, to get to where you know you need to go, to become the person you know you need to become for yourself and the people that you love in your life and God. Um, yeah, just stay up, y'all. Stay up out here, help one another out, be as selfless as you can, and love the world. Harmonize with it. We're all one. Everything, from the floor to the skies to the stars, the atoms. We all just walking around here figuring it out, man. We all die one day. So think to yourself, well, once you die, man, will it really matter if you kept that money to yourself? If you indulged in that pleasure and those vices? Is it really worth it? Will you even know? Will you even care? Will you be able to? I don't think so. Um, but yeah, man. God bless y'all. May He protect everyone. May He guide everyone. Um, I love y'all. You know, subscribe, like if you're enjoying this content. Dislike. Tell me what you think about the video below. And thank you for your time, truly. So I'll see y'all. Peace.